I'd be honored to be a member of this organization. From everything I've heard, you guys have a rabid fan base up there that's ready for some postseason success. I'd love to be the guy that leads that charge.
Okay, that's all I have. I love what I heard here. We would love to have you join us. We'll be in touch. Good job out there tonight. I really appreciate you giving us a few minutes of your time. We have the 8th pick in the draft and are interested in your talents. We just want to pick your brain a little before we decide. Let's get to it. I really think the first piece to getting this franchise back on track is to find and develop our point guard of the future. We have Rodney Stuckey on the roster, but we're still trying to assess if he is the answer. Looking back at the Hornets, look at what Chris Paul did for that team. We want a point guard who will do the same for us, and we think you might be that guy. Convince us of that.
I grew up a fan of the Pistons. I got to see Grant Hill in the uniform when he was healthy and in his prime. And wow, man, who better to model your career after than that? I want to be the leader that the fans adore, and I want to do it right here in Detroit.
Interesting. Next question. The team that we built here in Detroit was a rebuilding effort that didn't quite pan out. Obviously, it's difficult to predict the future, but I expect to see a fair amount of roster turnover as we work towards retooling the lineup for another rebuilding effort. How comfortable would you feel coming into a situation where the roster is in a state of flux?
Oh, that's not a problem for me at all. To me, that just says the people running the team want nothing less than titles. Plural. Titles. It'd be an honor for me to play for a team like that. I want to win, man. Badly.
Okay, I think I've heard all I needed to hear for now. You're definitely someone we can use on our team. Now we just need you to be available when it's our turn to pick. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm the Director of Player Personnel for the Utah Jazz. My scouts have expressed a lot of interest in you. Before I can give my blessing to use our draft pick on you, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, to make sure you'd fit in with what we do here. If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself in this draft?
It'd be a real honor to go lotto, know what I mean? As a player, you work your entire life for this day. You dream of putting on that hat, walking up to the podium and shaking Mr. Stern's hand. To be recognized as one of the first players drafted, that's a reward I definitely want for all the work I've put towards this.
Next question. How important is it for you to be a lottery pick in the draft?
Honestly, I don't really care. I'm more concerned with going to the right team than I am going as high as possible. I want to play for someone who's going to utilize me to the best of my abilities. Someone who's going to use me to put the team into a position to win games. You heard?
Great answers. I really think you'd fit in great with us. Here's hoping we're able to draft you with our pick.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight is the culmination of the efforts for some of the world's most talented young players. It is a time for their dreams to be realized and to be welcomed to the elite group of players that are called NBA players. We thank all of you for joining us on this exciting night, whether you are watching on television or following us online. And finally, a big thanks to all the fans here in the building for providing this wonderful atmosphere. Now let's get going. With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Kyrie Irving from Duke University. With the second pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Derek Williams from the University of Arizona. With the third pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Enes Kanter from Turkey. With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Tristan Thompson from the University of Texas. With the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Nick Brown from Boston College. With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jan Veselý from Czech Republic. With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Bismack Biyombo from Congo. With the eighth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select the point guard from Dominican Republic.